How do you learn to listen to the ancestors?
I would say it's a gift that we all have. It's intuition. And intuition, it's a memory that is preserved in your DNA. And it comes, the DNA that we carry, we carry in DNA of animals, like something primordial. You can see it in evolution, being inside of the mother's womb. We have a tail, we will look like a reptile, and then all of a sudden during the 9 months we become human. And we carry all of talents and skills and suffering and happiness, all the information of the previous generations, of the ancestors, which are our ancestors. And it's a responsibility, and being able to have access to those codes, to those DNA, and particularly to the knowledge, the memory that they had. And in the memory, as I mentioned, it could be a pain. That's why some people also already being born with ancestral trauma. And we have even shamans who can heal at that level. They can heal ancestral trauma. They can go back for many, many generations, and they can go for many generations back and block the energy there. Being able to hear voice of ancestors, it's being able to hear your intuition and relying and trusting in it, and which I'm trying to bring to this Western culture. There are certain English words such as attention, intuition, observation, that actually has very shamanic, a very deep meaning behind that. And taking for granted those words, it weakens our own skills.
Can you explain some of that meaning?
So, as an intuition for me, it's listening to your ancestors' voice. Intuition, it's a superpower that we all have, something that kicks in first, and you rely on it and trust, and you act upon that. Then all of a sudden you made really easiest choice, or your path became easier, and you're like, oh, I listened to my intuition, I was right. So it's like following ancestors' voice. Attention actually, it's like it opened up. Attention is something that attaches you to the certain realm, and it's like when you focused with your attention, it opens up the portal. So it's like a door you open up. And then imagination creates the entire world once you open up that portal. So for me, those 3 English words, they are very shamanic. And then the last thing is the intuition. Once you are in that world, you hear your ancestor's voice, and bring it back to your body after the journeying. So these 3 stages are very important, and we've been doing it all the time. We just forgotten how to use them, perhaps the sequences, and we've forgotten how to trust in them.
Wow, that was very deep, very well said. How did you connect these 3 dots?
I think I'm just very, very grateful to the environment where I was born, and to my ancestors, the whole lineage, that I never been thought like, oh, you should do this and that, and it just happened naturally by surrendering to the environment and cycle of life. Otherwise, you can't survive. You die. It's all happening at the present time. You are constantly between life and death back in my homeland. So, and then you have to learn it naturally. Otherwise, yeah, it's a natural selection. My grandfather was one of the 7 survivors among 12 children, and mortality of children was really, really high. 2 generations behind me, and today we comfort ourselves too much, and if we didn't have this comfort without using these three: attention, imagination, and intuition, without using them properly, perhaps we would die.
That's actually a good point. It brings us back to what we were talking about earlier regarding, with social media and our phones, things are constantly taking away our attention, intention, and intuition. And with that, filling our imagination with like, oh yeah, you should buy this thing. You want this thing. This is how you should look like, right? Yeah. So it's really cool to see you explain that and see how immediately, even in modern society, we're definitely going away from those three.
Yeah, intention. I really like that too. So I'm creating this whole vocabulary of the English words and bringing meaning, the shamanic meaning behind that. I love the way you said intention, because intention, that what is mission. Basically, attention, portals are open, imagination, you are all of a sudden in this world, right? Then intuition. Oh, and then intention, which is, I'm in this world. What is my purpose? What I'm going to do, right? What is my mission? So it creates the whole path and purpose why you are doing this. And intuition, along that path, you have to trust for the information that comes to you. And there's something that we're missing here too, like something that for coming back to body, to this reality, we need another word. So I'm just thinking about that. It will come to me. I've been, designing all of this since I'm learning English. I'm learning from people who I'm communicating, and from the small communities, which I really believe those people really know what they need, and they're really close to nature.
Yeah, that's a great segue to my next question is, how does the Saka culture view education? And the reason why I bring it up is it's very easy for Western societies to